recording here, and as long as we don't have too many people on, if we have sound issues, I'll have to mute everybody. And please excuse my voice. I'm really not sick. I had gone out, honestly, I'd gone out with friends last night, and we had gone to this bar where they had smoke. Ugh.
Oh,
And I wasn't even there an hour, and this is what it did to me. I don't know how people smoke. I really don't. um, Anyways, welcome you guys. I wanted to chat a little bit tonight about the 3-day refresh and Max 30. Yay. I just completed my third round of the 3-day refresh and kind of wanted to give you some information about it so that you can share it with others and just kind of educate yourself on what it's all about. It came out this last summer and it replaced what was called the Shakeology 3-day cleanse. What Beachbody had envisioned was that a lot of people were doing the Shakeology 3-day cleanse, and they were really depriving their bodies of nutrition, of vital nutrition, and not really getting the full benefit of not only cleansing, detoxing their body, but also replenishing it with vital nutrients, things that would help their digestive tract. What they have found, they take these things very, Beachbody takes any new program or supplement that they put out, they take it very, very seriously, and they do lots of research. They do lots of experimenting and studying before they ever release it to the public. So what they wanted, the vision that they wanted was to not only help people heal, your whole gut, your whole digestive tract is the beginning of healing your body and replenishing, what am I trying to say, like sustaining your whole body system, supporting all your systems, from your brain, your heart, your lungs, your liver, your kidneys, everything, all our vital organs that keep us, this machine running, as Carl Daikeler says. They didn't want you to take away from your body. They wanted to give you a system in which you're replenishing it, pulling out toxins and replenishing it, plus eating real food throughout the day, so that you're not just drinking shakes all day long and you know harming your body inadvertently through the process, plus teach you how to eat healthy and clean. Another thing with the 3-day refresh is it's vegan for 3 days, so you're excluding meats and you're excluding grains out of your diet. So it's a way that if you thought that perhaps maybe you were gluten intolerant or anything like that, it's a good way to kind of experiment with that by eliminating grains and gluten out of your diet and going all vegan. And so you eat fresh fruits and vegetables throughout the day along with your cleanses, and then it also gives you a along with your shakes is what I meant to say, not your cleanse, but along with your shakes. Plus, it gives you meal plans in the back. I'm looking at the guide. If you're wondering what I'm doing, this is the guide that comes with it, and in it there are meal plans in the back for options for people to eat while they're, for their meals at night and that sort of thing. So you have what comes with, you'll drink one shake of Shakeology, then you have 2 what they call Vanilla Fresh, and the Vanilla Fresh is a protein based shake that also has vitamins and minerals, probiotics to help your digestive and immune system, and a potato protein extract, which helps curb hunger. And every time I drink it, it makes me feel full. And of course, there's no artificial flavors, colors, preservatives, or sweeteners. And the fiber sweep, which I think that this is amazing, is that they use flax, whole ground flax, chia, and psyllium seed husk, which kind of sounds gross, but like sort of gently scrapes your intestines, and helps eliminate stuff in, yucky detox, nasty crap in your digestive system.
Which I would imagine would help with like anybody that might have like diverticulitis, which can be like severely life-threatening.
Right. Well, and just on this note, my brain kind of jumps off. I've also done the Ultimate Reset 3 times. It's way more intense than the 3-day refresh, but the 3-day refresh was built upon a shorter version of the Ultimate Reset. And the Ultimate Reset week 2, you drink the fiber sweep 3 times a day. And so don't think that you're running to the bathroom like all the time. That's one misconception with it, is that people think, oh, I'm running to the bathroom, I pee a lot because I drink a lot more water, but I'm not necessarily, maybe this is TMI, but I'm not necessarily going poo, a lot. I stay pretty regular. I have had customers and clients who actually didn't go the entire 3 days, and then like day 4 when they were done, like their whole body went blech, So it just depends upon the person. But yeah, you're right, Olivia. Thank you for that. Let me see if there's anything else. Anyway, so that's kind of the basics of the 3-day refresh, and it's recommended. They have it on auto ship every quarter that you could put it on, and pretty much that's what I've done, is just do it every quarter. And this last time I went on vacation, and I planned to do it after I got back from vacation. I'm telling you, it was the roughest one I've had, because I didn't eat so clean on vacation. Kind of had a little bit too much to drink. So when I got back, the first 2 times was pretty easy. I didn't have any really, kind of sailed through it. I was kind of low energy and that sort of thing. But this time I had low energy, but I had a headache the first 2 days. The second day I felt really tired and drained, and I slept. I took a nap that day. I didn't feel good. But by day 3 I was fine. And all of that's just perfectly normal. You just never know, if your body's really toxic, it's going to feel like that as it's pulling out of your system. And other people feel fine with it. And on average, I've had customers, I lost 4 pounds each time. And I don't do it for weight loss. I don't really need to lose weight. But that just tells me that there's just junk in there that my body's hanging on to that needs to get rid of. Okay, I'll stop talking. Questions?
I have one.
Yes, ma'am.
I was wondering, you said that this is on a shipment every, is it quarterly? What did you say? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So particularly ships like Shakeology, is that something like that?
Yeah, every 3 months. You can put it on auto ship every 3 months. And of course, that's something you can cancel too.
Well, but that's only if you choose that when you buy it, though.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a drop down where you can choose that, but you have to choose it. Yeah, it's not automatic.
Okay, good. Thank you.
and I chose it not because I wanted to, but your shipping is going to be cheaper too.
Is it? Oh, I didn't.
Just like it is with Shakeology. If you have only a one-time shipment of Shakeology, then you're going to pay like $14 in shipping.
Yeah.
And if you auto ship it, then it's $2 shipping. And the same is true. Yeah. So a little trick of the trade is to do auto ship and then cancel it if you don't want it. And that way you save on shipping. But you got to remember to cancel it. Okay. Any other questions?
I do. Just like, so you said that like what's common for you or whatever was that you got headaches like the first 2 days and then you were really tired. does that happen to you every time, or do you think it's like just because you're vacation, or
Yeah,
or
it was
happens every time?
yeah, it was definitely for me. It was just this time.
I've done it once, and I had a headache probably 2 of the 3 days, and I also was backed up for like 2 days. But then the third day, it was good.
Well, I know you hate to say that, but it's part of it. You got to talk about shit. I mean, come on.
Yeah. No,
It all comes out in the end.
It all comes out at the end. I mean,
my mom is an RN, and she's always like, "You do not understand how important it is for everything to come out that goes in."
right on. That's right. It's got to come out.
So natural, right? It happens.
I mean, I'm just keeping it real. Those who know me, I'm keeping it real.
We're gonna call tell you and say what happened.
I mean, and in there you can have. They try to recommend that you not drink caffeine. So some people, like if you're a coffee drinker, you can have it, but have it black without any milk, or you can put stevia in there, but no sugar. I'm a tea drinker, so I drink black tea with stevia. And still, I got a headache this last time. The first 2 times, I don't remember getting a headache. I remember the second time I did it. I'm a group fitness instructor, and so I taught I was so stupid. I taught 5 classes in those 3 days, and that was bad decision. And those are hour-long classes each. You can still work out, just not so intense. So anyways, kind of keep that in mind too. You don't have to stop working out by any means, just not a really high intense. I mean, you could do a cardio class, but maybe just cut back on the intensity of it. What else? Anything else y'all think of?
Oh, just make sure to drink the fiber drink really fast.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, stir it and just gulp it down, because otherwise it gets really thick and yuck. I don't think it tastes bad. It has like a little lemon flavor to me, but if you don't drink it right away, it gets thick real fast. So
yes,
gulp it down.
And that's that psyllium husk. It expands, and so it makes it really thick, and it's gaggy. Just that thick. Ugh. Yeah. And don't be scared of it, because to me these things, if it tastes bad or something, it's a matter of a few minutes and then you're done. And how you feel. Let's talk about the positive. How did I feel afterwards? By day 3, the headache was gone, and I was really bloated, and the bloatiness was gone. My pants weren't as tight, and I felt lighter, and like I could move easier, like my body could just move easier. I don't know how to explain it. And another thing I really noticed is clarity of my mind. Like I don't feel so foggy and fuzzy in my head, or my thoughts are not as slow. They're clicking, and I feel more alert and energetic. And so, I mean, aside from weight loss, just that feeling that you get. And one of the girls in my group, Margie, she lost, I think, 4 pounds. And she said the same thing. She's just amazed at how much better she feels. And she said, I can do anything for 3 days, even feel bad for 3 days to feel this good after. And so it's so worth it.
So how long do you feel good for afterward? I mean, not that you really know, like there's a certain day that you feel like crap again, but like how long does it last? Because I'm sure that people are going to be like, well, it's only 3 days, and am I going to pay this for it to only last a week, and then I have to do it again? Or
well, this is what I do, Olivia. I did the 3 days, and then because it's the holidays, I had 4 days of a gluten-free meal plan that my group is following. And so it still leaves out any kind of bread or gluten product, but it puts meat back into their diet. And they're drinking Shakeology. Okay. Now, like in January, what I'd like to have is a 30-day clean eating challenge, so that they are starting with the 3-day refresh and then transitioning to a diet that's clean. And so how long it lasts, it will be how clean you eat.
I see.
Yeah, really. So by helping people get a start on eating clean, this is a good way to like clean their system out and get started on that path. That's the idea behind it, is not to just go back, to eating crappy food. So
To kick a new eating plan.
yeah, exactly. You got it.
Okay.
So you want to give them ultimately what we're doing, as coaches. I mean, what I'm doing for my customers and as coaches, if that's what you're doing, is you're wanting to help make a lifestyle change for people, and you're giving them the support that they need, the tools that they need to do it, buy the products, and that information, like meal plans, and helping them on that path, because it's hard to make that change. It's worth it when you're on the other side. We all know that, who have been through it, Eileen and I, who have walked that path, and anybody else, because I'm almost 3 years into it, know that it's impacted and changed our life for the better. And so to help people along that same road is our goal. Sorry, that was kind of long-winded, wasn't it?
I just have one more question. Any internal, other than the headache, any internal effects that people feel, like cramping or anything like that?
Eileen, have you had? I really haven't. Only thing would be, some people, like I said, will not, I don't want to say constipated, they just don't have a bowel movement. I've had a few people not had a bowel movement, but they didn't say that it hurt or anything.
That could also be, just from a medical point of view, that could also be from not eating solid foods and you're just drinking this liquid. You know what I mean? So there's not a whole lot of solid to make.
Yeah, but they're eating fruits and vegetables throughout the day, or they should be.
Okay, yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
Yeah, the only thing that they're cutting out is meat and basically grains or breads. Grain.
I think if they're not used to eating clean, I think it's going to be a lot harder on them. And I think even the guide kind of says something about that. I don't have the guide in front of me, but I think it says you may want to start kind of transitioning toward cleaner foods even before you start, because people that are eating like crap and then just all of a sudden go to this, it's going to affect them a little more,
Yeah, that's right. I was trying to say, yeah. I think that sometimes also, and from my own experience, like from a long time ago, that whenever I make a sudden change in my diet, your body almost sort of goes into shock, like, oh, what are you doing to me? And so you don't have any negative per se effects, but your body sort of kind of holds on to what it's getting, especially if you haven't. Shakeology is so full of nutrition that your body will be like, oh, this is good stuff. I'm going to suck every bit of it that I can out, and use it and hang on to it before I pass it. And I don't know that there's any scientific thing behind that. That's just my own Amy deductive reasoning. But
Sounds good.
Okay, thank you, Eileen. Thank you for that. Anything else pops to mind? That's good questions, Olivia. I appreciate that. Nadia, do you have any other questions?
No, actually, I was about to ask the same thing that she asked, so she just went a little bit before me. So.
Yay! That's why I love about these, because we all have the, usually similar questions, so it's just sometimes we just don't have an opportunity to ask.
Yes. Well, I have two ladies that actually they were interested in this 3 day thing that we were, but they also wanted to know if there was something else after it, if it was like meal came out. So definitely some kind of meals coming after it. And
Did you read my response to that?
yes, thank
Okay.
you. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah. Yeah. We definitely. I just don't have anybody yet for the like January 5th, but we can do something. I
Yeah.
mean, just plan on it. But yeah, that's the whole idea. And so for your person who has the lady who has diabetes,
Yeah.
it depends upon what she's ready to do mentally. But the two suggestions would be either PIO with Shakeology or the 3-day refresh with the 30-day clean eating. And then like when she gets done with that, she could do the PIO.
Right.
Sometimes, for me personally in my own journey, um, I'd have to take things a piece at a time before I could put it all together. For me, I started with exercise and I got my exercise routine down in my life. Um, and then I started with my diet. And once I put the diet and the exercise all together, that's when I really started noticing, huge changes in my body and how I felt. Um, and I still operate like that. Like I can't take on too much change, like, all at once, because I'll be more effective if I take big chunks at a time and then put it all together. So she might benefit from it that way. Other people are like, nope, I want to start everything now. I want to start exercising. I want to get my diet in check. I want to get nutrition. And they just want to it's like somebody who is addicted to nicotine or something and they just go cold turkey, There's people like that. So you kind of have to get to know them and give them the option and what if they feel more comfortable with doing and then go that route with them.
How, I don't, this is kind of off topic, but going on what you just said, those people that like want to go cold turkey and they want to do everything all at once, but it's obviously failed for them a couple times in the past. How do you kind of bring up, maybe because it wasn't such a great experience in the past, like let's try something a little bit different and like kind of ease into it?
I would ask them lots of questions as to why it didn't work in the past.
Okay.
I would find out why, if they want to go cold turkey and do it all at once, say, okay, if you know that it didn't work for them in the past, say why did it not work? What was the missing link? Most of the time it's support, I'm working with a lady who I told her she's wanting to do exactly that. And she's doing great so far. But I told her going into it, I said, you need to tell your family what you're doing. You need to tell your husband, any of your relatives, tell them what your goal is and why you're doing it. Because if she doesn't, I mean, I can support her, but if she doesn't have that day in, day out support and she's up against a lot of, what am I trying to say? Negativity, then she's more apt to fail. She's Hispanic, and so they eat traditional Mexican food. So her whole family, she's wanting to make a big change. I mean, that's huge. That's kind of going against her own culture. And I would like, you better tell them, what you're doing so that they're on board with that and understand why you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that helps a lot. I don't think that it's necessarily something, in our case, I don't think it's necessarily something that's not doable if it's failed in the past, as long as they have the right support.
Okay.
But after you have that discussion with them, Olivia, and they don't have that, then maybe that'll help them see that maybe they need to take a step back and start with one and then add the other.
Mm-hmm.
You think that would work?
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely.
Awesome.
My gears are grinding.
Are your wheels a turning?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, good. I'm glad you said that because I wasn't sure.
No, I think I probably have thought about it at one point to like ask like why didn't it work out, or if I think I know why it didn't work out, but their reason to why it didn't work out might be different than what I think happened.
Bingo. Mm-hmm.
So it's always like a battle with me to assume and not to just like, and I would have to just come out and just ask them like that. That's what you're there for. You know what I mean? Is to coach them through it and whatnot.
Right.
Coach them through their own coming to, you know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. And that is a big piece of coaching that even I've had to learn is ask questions, ask lots of questions, know as much information as you can, so that you can support them better. Yeah. Okay. Anything else on the 3-day refresh? Okay. And then I also am crazy enough to start Max 30, and I keep looking over here because I got all my stuff. I wanted to show y'all, if y'all don't have Max 30, this little cool thing here, no time cook guide. In here, tips for eating out. I love it. And they have in here, like restaurant eating tips and everything. They added this. Anybody in here? Are you doing Max 30, Eileen?
No.
Okay, good. I mean, good in the fact that I'm talking about it so that you know what comes with it. The meal plan is really, really cool. It has in here a plan A and a plan B. If you weigh under 150 pounds, then you follow plan A. If you weigh more than 150 pounds, you follow plan B. And, the 21-day fix, the little containers, well, if people bought the 21-day fix, they can use those same containers for this. So I think that's really cool. And their food chart, here's their food chart. And you can kind of see it. You can see the colors of the boxes correlate with the containers. Okay, so like the green little boxes, each one is a serving, so it'd fit into that little box, that container box. Okay, guys, we got 10 minutes. But the meals are really, really easy. I mean, like, they're only like 4 or 5 ingredients for each meal, each thing that you're preparing. And so it's really quick and easy. The workouts, I want to talk about that because everybody was freaking out about, oh God, this is going to be really hard and I don't think I can do it. And quite frankly, I'm one who likes a good challenge. I love to be challenged, especially whenever I'm working out. So I was like, oh yeah, everybody's afraid of this. That's where I'm going. Because I'm crazy like that, because like if everybody's afraid to do something, I'll like, okay, I want to try it. I'll do it, I did Insanity program and nutrition guide is what got me started on my weight loss. I lost 36 pounds ultimately and went from a size 14 to a size 4, and which is I wear between a 4 and 6 now. But I followed the Insanity meal plan, and I've of course done Insanity, and I've done the Insanity workouts in the gym. So this is Insanity Max 30. So the idea is that it's a 30-minute workout, and you are working out till you hit your max. In other words, the first time that you need to take a break, you're done. You don't do any more. So if you can only do 5 minutes for today, then you're done. And the whole idea is that you write the time down, and then when you do the workout the next time, you're sort of competing against yourself. Well, you are competing against yourself. Then you're going to try to do more. Maybe that's 30 seconds more. Maybe it's a minute more. Whatever it is, the whole idea is to not necessarily complete the 30 minutes, but you do till you hit your max. And that's what I think is cool because it's going to challenge each person differently. So what is going to be my max is not going to be the same as Eileen's or the same as Nadia or anybody. It's going to be different for each one of us. So, and there's a modifier, and I have followed the modifier for some certain moves. I have a kind of a bad knee, and so there's certain moves that I won't do so that I can avoid injury. And so I think the fear factor has been overrated. I've done far worse. I mean, like if I had to do the whole 30 minutes, it would kick my butt, but it's not bad. I mean, it's intense, but meaning that that whenever you hit your max, you can stop.
And then most people, from what I see, they hit their max and then they follow the modifier the rest of the time. So like you're not just dropping out after 5 minutes.
Right. And yeah, you can do that. Definitely. You know your max. And what I've been doing, because I do teach group fitness class, is that I like tomorrow I'll teach body pump, and then I'll do my Insanity Max on top of that. So I don't go any further because I've done my workout, but I'm getting an idea of the program for myself and what I can do. I would even say that in some cases people might even still max out with a modifier, and that I think the point is that it's okay. That I think people get so caught up that if they don't finish it, then they're a failure. And this helps them at least get up and moving and doing something that is challenging with feeling a sense of success. That's what I'm liking about it so far. Any other thoughts or questions?
Well, I have a question. Oh, am I off? Yeah. I have a question. I have a prospect actually. And I'm going to read her little thing here. I thought that the Insanity Max 30 might be good for her. She says she enjoys both cardio and weight training. She says she used to do quite a bit of kettlebell, is that what?
Yeah, kettlebell.
And earlier this year, she trained for a marathon, but unfortunately she didn't keep up with the training as well as she should have, so she scaled back and did the half marathon. But she's looking to lose some weight, and so I thought maybe this would be good for her. Would that be good for her?
So, yeah, she's a runner?
Yeah, she was training for a marathon, so yeah, sounds like it.
A lot of runners think that they need to just run all the time to be better at running. And that's actually contradictory. I had one of my first coaches was a marathon runner. I mean, like every other month she was in or half a marathon or whatever those runs. And she did run, I think, an actual marathon one time a year. And she did Insanity, and she had the best time on her half marathon than she ever had in her life. And it's because, so yes, I do think that Max 30 would be good for her because it builds up your cardio endurance.
Yeah.
And just running is not going to work all your muscle groups.
Yeah, that's what T25 did that for me. It really helped with my endurance. So I haven't done Insanity, but I did T25, and it helped me with the endurance part. So yeah, it's Shaun T, right? So.
It's Shaun T. I mean, Shaun T rocks. I love listening to him talk. I mean, I like tune in to what he's saying. I love what he says. He is so motivating. I'm like, how does he think of all that in his head and it just comes out? I mean, that's not scripted.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, there's certain things that are scripted, certain points that he has to make, but the motivational stuff that he says is Shaun T. Well,
just seeing him at Summit last year too, when he came out into the audience and helped that one lady, and I mean, he's just awesome.
He is awesome. Yeah, he is. He's great. He's got a great presence and very motivating. But yeah, any kind of cross training actually will more benefit runners on their endurance. So I highly, highly recommend, and this will challenge her. She's on, yeah.
Yeah, it needs to be challenging, I think, for her. So.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And the nutrition guide, it rocks. I can't wait to try some of those. I haven't done it because I haven't done any of the meals yet because last week I was focused on the 3-day refresh, and then I just went into my regular clean eating diet. And we'll see. I don't know if I'll get to it this week with Christmas and everything. It might be post-Christmas attack on the nutrition guide, but looking through it, there's already things in there that I look forward to trying.
Okay, so it's really easy because she also said that she travels quite a bit, and so she has she needs help with like the planning the meals and doing all that. So that'll be good too, the meal part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that little restaurant nutrition guide thing that it's going to give her. I mean, it gives you options of like Chipotle and Burger King, and I'm just looking at convenience stores. I mean, it's things that I think. I logically figured all that out, but, people who are just getting started and everything, yeah, that's kind of hard, and it tells them how many calories, how many fat grams, all that kind of stuff, even Starbucks. How about that? Well, we're down almost to about a minute, and I hate to cut it off short, but
I just have one more question before we go.
Okay.
Those containers that you normally would get from 21 Day Fix, you don't get them with Insanity Max 30 is what I'm assuming, correct?
Yes, you can. There is a challenge pack that you can purchase that will come with them. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think you can buy them separately, right, Eileen?
Yeah.
That was my next question. Is if you
well, there's the containers separately, and they also have this thing called the Portion Fix now, which comes with the whole 21 Day Fix meal plan. So it comes with the containers and the 21 Day Fix meal plan. So you can just get just the containers, or the containers in the meal plan, or I guess you can get Insanity Max 30 with the containers also.
With the containers. Yeah, it's an option there. Yep, good question. All right, guys. Anything else right quick? Okay. Well, if y'all think of anything else, don't hesitate to post in our group page or anything like that, because I'm sure other people probably have similar questions. Thank you for joining me. This was great. I enjoyed seeing all y'all's faces.